Hello, everybody. I am here with the front man, Alan Angels.
That's me. What's going on, AJ?
Not a lot. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. Just living life, you know?
What was the process of you becoming a wrestler?
The process. So, as soon as I graduated high school, it was something I wanted to do since I was a little kid. Like throughout pretty much my whole life, there was nothing else I ever really wanted to do that I can remember. And then as soon as I graduated high school, I was like, I'm gonna do this. So I literally just Googled wrestling schools in Atlanta, and the WWA 4 was the first thing that popped up. And then I graduated, and maybe a month or two later, I started wrestling school, and it was just crazy from there on.
Yeah, you followed your dreams, and you're here now.
Yep, that's right.
What advice would you give to someone trying to get into wrestling?
What advice? Well, I guess I would say the first thing, obviously, to find a good, reputable school, something like a place that, not to like bury anything like that, but like find a place with a wrestler that you know or that has a good reputation, you know, and just listen, and try not to make excuses, because for some reason wrestlers hate when their trainees make excuses, and just really try and really apply yourself as much as you can, get in shape as much as you can, and just try to learn everything that you can. It's a very, very long process, but if you listen and you really apply yourself to it, and you work out every day, and you train every day, and you study, you tape study, you do all that, it will, if there's any kind of promise in you at all, if you really apply yourself, you can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, I mean, some people come into wrestling thinking they're going to be great off the bat, but you really need to apply yourself and put in the work and study and listen and just pay attention through it all.
100%. Yeah, I agree. And I think, like I said, anybody can do it if they apply themselves and just really do everything that they need to do, and just, commit their lives to pro wrestling.
It looked like you had a lot of fun recording with the Dark Order, doing the skits and everything.
Yeah.
What was the process of working with the Dark Order and setting up those skits?
It's funny, man, at the time, like now I do my own vlog, and I do like skits online and stuff with Sammy's vlog, where I kind of think of my own things. But when we were doing BTE with the Dark Order, it was actually kind of Alex Reynolds that was doing a lot of this, like, ideas. Like, he was kind of the mastermind behind a lot of the stuff. Him and Brody, of course, when we first started, were the two guys that like had a bunch of the ideas. And then it was kind of all of us that just kind of did like the improv, you know what I mean? Like, we did all the improv while we were doing the skits. But Alex Reynolds was kind of the mastermind behind all those like legendary BTE bits that we did that everybody's like remembers and like they love. It was Alex Reynolds. He was kind of the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah, I mean, they were really funny to watch on the time and everything. I applied to be in the Dark Order on the website a couple years ago. Why wasn't I accepted?
You didn't get accepted?
No, I didn't even hear back.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so sorry. Because there was a bunch of people that I personally, Alan Angels, replied to and accepted into the Dark Order. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I guess you didn't make the cut.
I mean, Colt Cabana let me into the Dark Order after.
Oh, did he?
So.
What's your number? Did he give you a number?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I'm 12.
12? Okay. Well, I don't think I can technically put you in the Dark Order anymore, but, if it was up to me, you would be number 12 of the Dark Order. So, you might as well it's official. Number 12, right here, number 12.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the vlog, I saw that you started about a week or two ago. What are you planning to do on the vlog?
Oh my gosh. So, I did a vlog about a year ago, and I think I did 6 episodes, and I was like, man, this is so hard, because I feel like you need to record every like big moment in your life, and it's kind of like, any like cool activity that you do, you're like, oh, I should be recording this right now, and you're kind of thinking about it all the time. So in that aspect, it is very hard. But But I don't know. Maybe if I just record while I'm at wrestling shows and just kind of record my wrestling weekend, like maybe it'll be a little bit easier. But I also do all the editing myself, so it is kind of it's a process for sure. So maybe it'll be like a every other week kind of thing. I think would be a lot easier. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna record my life and record when I go to these shows. And I recorded a bunch of stuff today, so I'm pretty excited for the next episode.
Yeah, I'll make sure to check it out whenever it comes out.
Yeah, please, yeah.
What is something about you that would surprise people?
Oh, let's keep it up. Man, I don't know if this will surprise you, but I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I love Star Wars. I've read like all of the book, not all of the books, but I've read a lot of Star Wars, just random Star Wars books, anything that I find interesting. Yeah, big Star Wars buff. I'm also kind of a history buff, and like most of the time that I spend at home, I spend on YouTube, like watching like history documentaries and like just random stuff. I don't know. It's the things I do like on YouTube. The things I watch on YouTube are kind of really random. I don't know. It's mostly just like history stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the first 4 Star Wars movies and I think the prequels, and I've been checking out all the shows that have been coming out recently.
Also, Dune. I don't know if you guys have seen Dune. Dune 2, the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not even kidding. It's the best movie I've ever seen. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I've heard mainly about Dune, people going into the 9 o'clock showing and then getting out at 12:30. So I'm pretty certain it's a long movie.
It is a long movie. It's about 3 hours. Both part 1 and part 2 about 3 hours. But it's worth it. Watch it. Watch it.
Isn't the second one still in theaters?
Yeah, the second one is still in theaters. When I get home on Monday night, I am gonna be going to the theater and watching it for the 3rd time. So yeah.
I need to watch the first one then and check out the second while it's still in theaters.
Yeah. It's kind of complicated. It's like a kind of complicated story, but it's worth it for sure.
Who has had the biggest influence on your career?
I guess before I started wrestling, it was Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was like my hero growing up. I had all of his action figures. I would always play as him in the video games. He was the man. He was my favorite. He's still my favorite of all time. Since I've started wrestling, man, we're kind of killing kayfabe with this, but like Alex Shelley has really like recently been kind of a mentor to me, and he has taught me a lot as far as like the technical aspect of wrestling and just like how I kind of wrestle right now is kind of based on what he's taught me and just like watching him. Alex Shelley is kind of my main mentor right now, I would say.
What is the difference between AEW and TNA backstage and in the ring?
So with TNA, I feel like I have more freedom to pitch ideas and really just say, I want to do this. I want to, like, I do a talk show now. It's called The Sound Check, and it's kind of just the gimmick of it is that it's a bad talk show. It's like not a good, like it's purposefully bad. But I pitched that idea and I just thought it was so funny. So I'm glad I get to do that. And backstage too is like I don't think I've ever like made as many connections with fellow wrestlers as I have in TNA. Like there's so many guys backstage that I can like honestly call my friends, and it's just because we're all so tight. And if for the first time, it feels like it really is like a team effort in TNA to make the show as great as possible. And we're all doing it together, and we're all friends. There's no backstabbing. Nobody really has heat with anybody else, as far as I know. And it's just a good atmosphere. Yeah.
So overall, it's just more friendly, and you get to pitch your own ideas much more.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
If you could choose to have 3 wishes granted, what would you wish for?
Oh my gosh. That's such a hard question. 3 wishes granted. I think I would want to wrestle at WrestleMania. That's number 1 for sure. Man, I don't know. I would probably not be bald, and maybe be taller. I think that would be cool. I wish I had your hair. I think that would be my wish. My first wish. Have AJ Awesome's hair.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky with my dad having good hair.
Yeah, for sure. I did not get lucky, so.
What is next for you in your career?
Career. The X Division Championship has always been a big goal of mine, and right now I feel like I'm closer to it than ever. So, that would be so awesome. I've won an Ultimate X match. The fact that I can say that I've won an Ultimate X match is so awesome. So the next step naturally would be to win the X Division Championship. Besides that, I want to just travel more. Right now, I've only wrestled in the United States and Canada. So I would love to wrestle in Mexico, Europe, Japan, all that stuff. So I would say just venturing out more in the world.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, AJ. I appreciate it. I'm a big fan of you. So
Thank
it's
you.
awesome to be on the show.